So if you've got a kid that's both artistic and techie, wonderful gift idea here. This is from Pika 3D. This is their 3D printing pen. And bring this thing real close for its close-up because this has a ton of features. Everything is included, everything you need. So you get the pen itself, which is very easy to fit in the hand. A user manual, but I'm going to show you the main important points you need to know. This is designed for 14 years old plus, and I think that's just a safety thing. It uses the same PLA and ABS plastic filament. It also comes with some base stencils for you to start building your first items. So I'm going to show you quickly how to get this thing going. Inside of it here, you're going to have a couple spools of base filament. You're going to have a USB power cable with a USB adapter. There's the black filament, which I've already opened and started working on. It's 1.75 millimeter PLA. You get white, green, blue, and black, so you got your base colors. So we're going to take the pen out. Now you can see there's the pen itself. Really simple. 2 buttons, forward and back button, loading the filament. Now at the end of this one, I've actually printed a little bit. We'll get some filament stuck on it. It has an extruder, very similar to a full-size 3D printer. If this is kind of a first pass at getting a 3D printer for your kid, I would definitely start about with this because it gives them the fundamentals of 3D printing. Now I plug the power into it and you'll see that it starts up, and in this case it's saying PLA. Now I can click that and change it to ABS, but that looks good. So I'm going to tap the forward button here and it's going to start to preheat. Now in there it's saying 27, hopefully you guys can see that. So it's just saying it's got 27 right now, 30s, 40s. So that's actually heating up right now with this. And we're gonna start to load it with the black. Now, when you unload filament, it tends to get stringy on the end like this. When you get it, it may just be a flat, blunt end. The neat thing is this is super easy to load. You can kind of twist it a little bit to make it as straight as possible. And this thing is going to heat up pretty quick. I have it set to 200. Now you can see there it's heating up pretty quickly. It's in the 170s. There we go. Green means go. We're ready to go. Do it in a way that the spool is not going to bind itself. And then in the bottom back side of this, it has a very simple filament entry. Hit the forward button. Now, don't make the mistake I did. If you hit it and hold it, it'll back the filament out. It'll sound like it's feeding, but it's going to make you really embarrassed because you'll be pushing on it and it won't go anywhere. Just hit it one time lightly. You'll hear it running. And literally, this thing is now going to start to feed the filament. Now, be careful because it will just continuously feed. So if you've used a 3D printer, this is just going to start extruding. Takes it about maybe 15, 20 seconds to get going. While it's doing that, let's do something fun. Let's get a template out here. We're gonna make a little alien real quick here. Now I can hear the tone changing and now it's starting to extrude filament. Now what's cool about this is you can either move the pen. So this is literally just like 3D printing out of a regular printer, except you're moving the print head. And so this is why I say it'll teach all of the great fundamentals of 3D printing. Now, their example has you going around the outside edge here. Now, I'm going through some filament, but you'd be surprised, this filament lasts forever. We've done a couple sample prints with this. A couple seconds before you want to stop, hit the forward button, and it will do, that'll stop that extruding. So that's what's coming out of it, is literally just this filament. Now, again, why you got to be careful is that tip is very hot. So I can pull this off just because I know the outside is cooled, but again, that is 200 degrees centigrade there. In this case, 208 degrees. Now this is cooled down a bit, so I can do the other piece that I need. Now you can mix colors and do all sorts of stuff. Takes about a few seconds to get extruding again. Now it's extruding. Now remember, this is continuously extruding, so you got to be on the move. I've done this a little bit, so I have a little bit of practice, but I'm going to go ahead and make the eyes. So that'll automatically shut off. So there is some safety in that, but again, because it is using high temperature plastics, we want to be really careful about this right there. Now I can bend this paper, which is one way to get this off, and then just kind of flick it off here. There we go. So I got my hoop, I got my little alien, and then I need my flying saucer for him to ride in. Now you could do this out of each individual different color. So there's my 3 pieces. And like I said, I'm starting out in 2 dimensions and I'm going to work my way over to 3 dimensions. So now that I'm ready to actually connect this, you can see I've got a ton of filament left in my stock spool, and that's after a lot of printing. Hopefully you guys can see this. I am making a little base here and I'm attaching the vertical, and I just stopped extruding. You can even blow on it to cool it off if you want to. And again, if you're looking at possibly getting a big full-size 3D printer, start them with this. It's going to teach them the fundamentals of ABS, PLA. So there's my little alien spaceship, and I added my own little antennae. Hopefully you guys can see that. There's my 3D alien in a spaceship. So hopefully you guys like that. This is a really cool one if I had more time. It's a geometric vase, so you fill in the filament. In my case, I wasn't really filling it in, but you'd fill in all those open areas with filament, and then you can make a vase that would actually hold pens or, you know, other stuff. And there's a whole bunch of other products that come with